milk that I get every day. And what I did was I used 6 quarts of milk. You all remember when I milked the goat, right?
Yes.
And that was like 1.5 quarts, okay? This is 6 quarts of milk, okay? You just look at it. Don't put your heads over it because there's hair in it.
I can't see.
I'll show it to you just a second. Let me show you. No, don't get close to it or put your head in it because I don't want any hair in it. We spend a lot of time keeping the milk very clean. When you're working with milk, you have to be super, super careful with all the bacteria. Bacteria grows in the milk and it can make you very sick, okay? So one of the things that we do when we get ready to milk the goat is I use bleach and that type of thing to clean the buckets. I use a special kind of bucket. If you see the handles here, the handles don't go all the way through. The handles it's flat inside. You don't want anything in the bucket that's going to hold any of the milk residue. Because if the milk residue stays in there, say there's a little hole in there, and the milk stays in that little hole, and it stays in there for a couple of days, it grows bacteria. Do you need a lot of bacteria to make something spoil?
No.
No. It's kind of like everybody says if you drop something on the floor, there's a 5-second rule. If you pick it up, you can eat it. Well, there's no 5-second rules. When bacteria touches something, it's there. Okay? So I have to be really careful about how I keep everything clean. Okay? So last night, after I milked the goat and everything, I got 6 quarts of milk and I put it in the bucket. The next thing I did was that I heated the milk up. I did what's called pasteurization. I heated the milk on the stove to 160 degrees. You heat it up just before it boils. It boils at 212, but you don't want to boil it because then it will make the milk break down and then it doesn't make good cheese. So you want to boil it to 160 degrees. 160 degrees kills the bacteria that could hurt you, okay? And it's really important because the funny thing about it is to make cheese, I got to put bacteria in it. I'm getting ready to put bacteria in this milk to make the cheese. Now, is it a good bacteria or a bad bacteria? Good. It's a good bacteria, that's right. There's, in France, this kind of cheese that I'm going to be making is called chèvre. So you can say it to me, chèvre. And it's a soft cheese, okay? The kind of cheese that they made in,
Squish it.
yeah, you could kind of squish it. The kind of cheese that they made in,
It's like cheese sticks.
well, that's a different thing. That's mozzarella. That's a different kind of cheese than what I'm making. This kind of cheese, it only takes a very short period of time to make it. It's very easy. And all I'm going to do today is put the bacteria in and the rennet. That's all I'm going to do today. Tomorrow, we'll have a curd. This will separate, and there'll be this juicy stuff on the top, and there'll be a solid-looking thing. Looks like yogurt. Okay, you'll see that
Like
tomorrow.
frozen yogurt.
No, it won't look frozen. This is the bacteria, okay? This comes from France, and I get it online, and I can only get it in the wintertime because they won't send it to me in the summertime because it will kill the bacteria. The heat from the air and everything, when it's really hot in the summertime, it will kill the bacteria. So they won't send it to me in the summer. So I've got to buy some more because I'm about out of it. But I've been using this one little bag that's only like this much full. I've been using this since the summer, since June. Now, to make it, you don't need a lot of bacteria. I'm only going to use a 1/2 of a teaspoon. Okay? I'm going to sit. The reason you can't see is because everybody stands up. I need everybody to sit down. Okay? It's just a little teeny bit of this powdery looking stuff. That's all it is. For 6 quarts, that's all it is. Okay? So I'm going to take it and I'm going to sprinkle it over the top of the milk. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and you noticed I used some analyte on the stuff. I killed the bacteria. Just me putting it in this bag that I brought it in. Just me doing that could put bacteria on it. So I don't want to introduce any bad bacteria. Okay? Now in here, I'm going to put a little bit of water because, I don't use hot water. This is called rennet. You remember the stuff in the story about the calf stomach? There's there's two things that goes in cheese. There's bacteria and there's enzymes. You, inside your stomach, you have enzymes that break down protein and break down different things. And that's exactly what rennet is made of. It's made of an enzyme. And that's why Mom wanted to have the enzyme from the inside of a calf stomach that had only drank milk, because she wanted to make sure that the enzyme knew exactly what to do to make the cheese. It seems kind of yucky, but it really makes good cheese. It breaks the milk down a lot better, and it really makes good cheese. This particular rennet is not made from a calf stomach. This particular rennet is made from a vegetable. Actually, it's made from a type of a mushroom. And this mushroom will break down enzymes too. This mushroom is probably a mushroom you couldn't eat, not like the kind you get at the store. This is a special mushroom that works on proteins. Okay? So, how much you think I use of this?
A little bit.
How much? You think?
One drop.
One drop to 6 quarts. One drop. So, I'm going to take this one drop, and I'm going to go, boop. That's it. That's all there is. And I'm going to take that, and I pour that in the milk. Okay? And I'm going to stir it a little bit with this spoon that I've gotten. Now, the milk was heated up last night to, like I said, to 160 degrees. I have to leave it out all night long so that it can cool down. Okay? And you don't want to stir the milk too much because it makes the cheese too strong. Goat milk is really fragile, and if you shake it up too much or you do too much stuff to it, it starts to taste like old men's socks or something. It's yucky. All right, this is a thermometer, and it's a digital thermometer, and it says in here that it's 76 degrees. Okay, from last night till today, this milk's been out. So let me see how warm it is. Let's see. Let me take a temperature. You can videotape that. It says 77. When you're doing cheese, it needs to stay at a constant temperature anywhere from 68 to 80 degrees. And the cooler it is, the slower the bacteria works, and it makes the cheese taste more rich. So if you start at 68 degrees, then the bacteria works really slow, and it makes the cheese taste very intense. Okay, it's very. It makes it strong and tangy, but not bad. It makes it taste. To me, I like it better. If you let it be 80 degrees and you do it, your cheese works quicker, but it doesn't have as much flavor. And I have to do a lot of playing around with the temperature sometimes to get a cheese the way I like it to taste. This cheese is 77, something like that. It's not going to be as fancy a cheese as what it will be with the cheese that I do in the milk that I have at home. The milk that I have at home has been sitting out, and I'm not going to put the rennet in it till later. And it's going to be closer to 70 degrees, so it's going to be a fancier cheese. Isn't that weird? The way Mom does this, Mom did hers, is that she took her curd and put it in a thing, and what did she put on top of it? A plate and a weight, a rock. Well, you'll see tomorrow when we hang it up. We're going to hang it up. I'll show you. I mean, it's going to be a surprise, but we're going to hang it up over the sink. It's going to be hanging from here, and it's going to hang over the sink, and it's going to drip. And all the way it's going to drip out. Okay? Yeah, do you have a question?
I know how to make cheese easier.
Yeah, you can go to the store and get it.
Make cheese in a
That's butter. You're talking about making butter. That's a different thing. Now, anybody else? I think that's all I have to do today. Now, you can't disturb it. Once you got it in here and it's sitting there, you've got to just leave it alone. Don't take the plate off or anything. Just let it be. Tomorrow, I'll come in here and we'll see what we got, okay?
How many